What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Chuck Furnace Play Sonic Heroes Part 14. We are now entering the Egg Fleet Zone, the last zone for the Team Dark story, and this is Robotics Airship, and we have the same goal as Team Sonic, just to get to Robotics flagship and defeat him. Alright, so this will be just the same for this portion. Alright, so that bit of dialogue there is Shadow remembering the his fall from space in Sonic Adventure 2 when he fell and died after using too much energy for that final Chaos Blast that sent the Space Colony Arc away. But yeah, so that first section will Robotnik will always say the same thing, and then he'll say then it will be whichever team their team will say something referring to how their story went along. Like with Team Sonic, you know, it was to stop Robotnik. With Team Dark, it was Shadow saying, you know, well, whether I'm real or not, I'm still the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog. And the other teams will say their own thing as well. Alright, so, anyway. You can see there's a lot of difference. There will be a lot more differences in this level compared to Team Sonic's. There will even be different paths and different way the paths are set up. If you can see, there's a lot more of these areas where you can, where you can easily die, obviously, but where you can use the rings like we've been doing throughout their entire story. The rings that we've been using the light speed dash on, the a lot more rails than we are used to seeing. Ouch. Alright. You want to be careful while using the light speed dash, obviously, and where you land. That probably wasn't worth it, but this is pretty cool. I thought the Team Sonic was the area with a lot more of the rails, or the rings where you could use the light speed dash on. But obviously it's with Team Dark. Come on. I'm just messing up now. Oh well, anyway, yeah, I was gonna say we are gonna... Alright, so you can see Omega recognized the E2000 series robots. And he's the one that will talk about the E2000 series, both the yellow and the red. And you can learn a little bit more information about them from Omega once we get to them. But as you can see, we saw two of them rather than just one. Alright, for this first section, don't worry about moving up and down. I just was doing it out of habit. And just wait for the characters, or for your teammates to tell you to, just like with Team Sonic. Every team will do that, so you don't have to worry about doing it yourself. But the flying areas on these propellers are longer with Team Dark, and a lot more dangerous. And I believe there's actually even 3 of them as well. So that gives it a little bit more of a challenge. Oh, no. No, that sucked. Let's see. And then all you have to do is just... You have to be careful while down here, because the cannons can hit you, as you've noticed. Well... Nope, wrong team. Alright, so that should get us fully leveled with this team. I thought the rings was all connected, but obviously they aren't. And then this is another big difference between between the teams, because of those cannons that were there. You saw the bases of them with Team Sonic, but there wasn't any cannons to shoot at, even though I was worried about it then. And it takes forever to knock them down with even a full leveled homing attack. I'm surprised about that. And the E2000 series already gone. That's pretty cool. Alright, so every character's leveled up. That's pretty good for being 5 minutes into. That's the move called the Rocket Excel. And what you have to do is hold down the B button. Or no, you just have to, I think, tap the B button. Crap. Oh well. Yeah, so it's just Rocket Excel. That's just the name of the move. I couldn't remember what it was for ever. Ooh, crap. Yeah, you want to be careful while hanging in the air that long, because it's really dangerous. Alright, so if you notice, if you can stun one of the E2000 robots without them pulling up their shield, you can just continuously use the Thunder Shoot on them, and that makes it a lot easier trying to deal with them. Especially while there's multiple E2000s around, you don't have to worry about getting hit by any of them. And it's not too bad of an idea to take out some of these cannons, especially some of the ones that may be in your way potentially, and be careful of any that you may not be able to see. And the ones you can, obviously dodge them, but they don't really give you enough score to warrant taking the time it would take to destroy them. Let's see. You only gain, looks like 400 points for taking one out, so that really isn't worth it, honestly, because you'll gain more time with the time bonus that you gain, instead of wasting time doing this on the cannons. So it's really up to you. You know, there are a lot more cannons with Team Dark than with any other team. So if you may, no. All right, there we go. Good. Yeah, you got to be very careful dealing with that cannon. I forgot all about it again. Let's see. Oh crap. Yeah, that's why you got to be careful with the team, or with the light speed dash. While using it, you have to make sure you're lined up just perfect, or you can very easily die and have a very bad day. But anyway, so don't worry about moving through this section. As always, just wait till they start telling you to move up and down. Now, it is a little bit tricky whenever Omega says it, because he will say ascend and descend. Descend means go down, ascend means go up. So, at first, the first time hearing that, it did kind of mess with me, but it isn't too hard to understand. And you can kind of just tell by whatever's coming at you for whichever one you need to do. And I believe this should be the last giant battleship. But just careful. Obviously, there are a lot of cannons around. The big cannon in the middle there, or ouch, at the end, and all the cannons on the. Come on. There we go. Yeah. So we'll try to go after this key and keep it. It will be nice to see the. Oh crap. Let's see. I don't think I can dodge all this, so might as well. Now, you can use a team blast through here to keep the cannons off of you, but you want to make sure you wait until after this. Wait until after the case opens up, because if you use Chaos Inferno while the case is still closed, you have to wait for the Chaos Inferno to run out of energy before you can use it again. Oh, this guy's got a shield, so don't worry with him. That's something we needed a long time ago, a shield. There really is no set areas where you need a Team Blast, so if you just feel as though you need one, you use it, especially just to gain a little bit of time here and there. Like here, the door will probably stay closed anyway, but so well. At least we got the guy destroyed. You can come back here, collect a few of these rings that you may not have been able to get with the clock still running, or cared to get with the clock still running. And this should be it. Alright, so a difference between Team Sonic and this team. This is probably where we should have saved the Team Blast for, but that's another case. So if we had used the Team Blast, then it would have still kept it closed, but you would have knocked out. I believe all you have to do is just destroy the E2000 robot right in front of you. You don't have to worry about the egg pawns to your left and right, or either of the cannons. The cannons are just to keep them from shooting at you and keep them off your back. Wow. Well, you could kind of tell the score wouldn't be too high, obviously, because of what little. Even though there was so many enemies around, there was still very little in the way of trying to collect enough score to warrant a really high number of points to get an A rank for. And so you just have to look out for that kind of stuff. Instead of just going after a set number each level, I would say more along the lines of just look at what kind of enemies you have, and at a certain point in the zone, look at how much points you have, and if you know you've been doing good and trying to do as many trick points as you can, and doing all that kind of stuff, then you can kind of tell how many points you'll get, or you'll need to get the A rank for. And then usually just try to shoot for a higher number either way. Like that one was probably 30,000, and that is you could have actually gotten less than 30,000 while going through Egg Fleet. So it's just, you can kind of tell those types of things. Go after some of the harder light dash rings. Well, I won't worry about going through this section. I missed the ring to grab onto. Oh well. Now this will hurt you, because you can see every line of rainbow spheres you get, you'll gain time. And especially for going through this section, you need all of the spheres you can, and you need a big enough time bonus so you don't have to worry about going through this section. But I don't think I hurt myself too bad missing a lot of that. As long as you go through this section. There we go. That's not really worth it, but and it doesn't even make up for missing that ring, but oh well. Remember, just treat this as a training for the just to get you used to the layout of the rainbow spheres, and keep it in the middle. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just treat this as a training to try to go after the Chaos Emerald. You can memorize all of the rainbow spheres and their patterns and the bombs and everything like that. And you'd have to, all of the bouncy spheres, those aren't going to be there. The rings aren't going to be there. The rainbow rings aren't going to be there. It's just going to be you trying to go after the Chaos Emerald. So just, think of those areas as just the... but just focus on, just think of those areas as the area with, or where the be able to get up there. Oh well. Yeah, just think of those areas as the orange sphere sections. Yeah, that's another thing. The random... Oh, crap, that was a sphere. Oh, well. Alright, so there's going to be a lot more of the parts of the ship that are crumbling. So you have to move really fast while you are trying to go through those sections, obviously. You can't. This one won't be nearly as easy as of a time we had with Team Sonic at all. And the score for trying to get the A rank here is very high. I think it's somewhere around 80 to 90,000 points is going to take for you to get the A rank. So definitely try to use everything you can to focus on trying to go after something like that. Let's see. You have to be quick to use the triangle jump here. I believe one of these is a shield and the other one is a life. Oh, crap. Oh, well, okay. That's not too bad. If I would have died, I just would have went back to the beginning anyway. We can go ahead and use... There we go. Yeah, we just would have went back to the beginning since we hadn't hit a checkpoint by then, I don't think. But okay. Yeah, so you may actually want to try to get some more of the cannons around and some of the concrete blocks, those big concrete blocks. Ouch. They do actually give out a nice bit of score that's actually worth it. And the chaos, not chaos spheres, the power cores will disappear into the ground if you let them sit for too long. So you want to... Okay, I thought he would have said a little bit more about it, but that E2000 is just a stronger version of the red one. It has more hit points. I believe it has 27 hit points to start off with, and it takes a lot more time to kill, and it's a lot harder to stun as well. So you know you are lucky if you can get to stun it, and it likes to use its shield a lot more. So you have to try to attack it in the rear. Instead of going for its back, as I mentioned in with Team Sonic, you know, you can try to go for its back, and it won't keep trying to pull its shield as much. Alright, you want to be very careful through this section. Now this is the hardest Chaos Emerald to keep with Team Dark, or to try to go after. I mean, the 7th Chaos Emerald for this in this game isn't that hard at all to actually chase after, but trying to keep the key intact through this zone is very hard to do. Oh crap. So you have to be very careful. Take it very slowly, and you don't want to try to go after the A rank and the key at the same time, because you have to go really slowly. Especially if you have a shield and you want to take care of it. Let's see. There we go. Alright, I think all you have to do is fly up here. Yeah. And that should shut the lasers off. There we go. Alright. So just, if you see any cannons, immediately to break those before you try to go after the egg pawns or E2000 robots that are around. Because those will hurt you a lot more than the robots will. All you need to do is just make sure you stay with the flight formation character, and if you have a high enough thunder shoot, you can immediately knock those out. I'm almost certain that the yellow E2000, the gold E2000 series robots have 30 hit points because the red ones have 15. And so I'm kind of thinking that's what they have. Alright, you can use it for here because you'll gain another one later on, especially since those guys have cannons. They will hit you a lot more. They have a higher tendency to hit you, the cannons do, or I guess the bazooka launchers. And so you want to be careful when trying to deal with them. And there's our second key. If you don't have a key already, you can go after it. Alright, so you cannot assume that these rails will not have anything on them. You have to be very careful and watch for anything. Oh crap. Alright, so in the case of the lasers, just boost like crazy to try to dodge them. Remember, just switch to the flight formation to initially dodge the lasers, and then use the flight formation to dodge or whatever. There we go. I wouldn't suggest actually going after those robots without a shield, you know, just doing the attacking them. But if you got to, I would definitely wait until after he has at least 6 hit points, and then he'll be a lot easier to kill. Now I believe there is a cannon over there, or an E. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say there's an E2. Ow, no. Crap. Should be one more key. We're not too worried about not having the keys, but we are worried about we are worried about not getting the keys right now. I'm not going to worry about the A rank too much. You know, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. It does suck that I don't have the power cores, but you know, I mean, what can you do? Alright, so just the same thing with the lasers. Don't. Oh. Nope. I forgot about that. I thought the rainbow rings were up here and I was going to try to. Of course, I'd only get one. Just try to go as quickly as you can, since we don't have the. No. Okay. I highly doubt I'm supposed to be down here, honestly. Let's see. Try to stun him. Yeah, I shouldn't be down here. But I'm honestly not complaining at all. I mean, I'm very happy that I was able to save myself, just to keep this moving along. Alright. Now, since you don't have, if you have died at this point, or at any point in any level with any team, you don't have to be as cautious anymore. You can just kind of focus on speeding through the level. You can see the red E2000 series in the background. Now, this is what I should have done. I just waited for him to fire his laser and then get over here at him. Of course, I didn't do that and I died. But, I mean, alright, there we go. He's stunned, so you can just use the power formation, because a level 1 flight formation is not going to do anything against them. course I lost the damn key. Alright, there is one more key further on in the level. I know, or I don't know exactly where the location is, but, you know, I'm not too worried about losing this one. Alright, again, just like with Team Sonic, knock out all the cannons first, and then you can focus on him. You know, if you have the key, I would definitely say be more cautious, but since we don't have the key, you can just, you know, do whatever to him. You could even use the Team Blast, but I'm not going to, since there ain't no point in wasting it. Screw it, I'll go ahead and use it. It doesn't really matter, I don't need it just yet. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get it by the time this is all over anyway, so. Let's see. It should be open, good. And this fan should have turned on. There we go. Alright, so if you remember when I was here with Team Sonic, I talked about these sections being useful with Team Dark, but they weren't with Team Sonic, and that's exactly right. All you have to do is just either you have to leave a teammate on one of these buttons, just like we've been doing forever. Just drop one off, and then you can either use depending on which team members you leave, you can either use the cannon, or if you're using the flight formation character, then you can just fly over here. There will only be robots on both of these side platforms. There won't be any in the middle. Let's see, I should have done it. Alright, that should have activated this fan, so we can continue to, so we can move on. And you can see just different things like that make this team more difficult than Team Sonic right off the bat. But then it also increases the length of these levels. Alright, so I believe the last key for this team is up high, so just, it's not in one of the cases that you have to disable, it's just up on a high platform. Alright, so so you want to save your Team Blast for later on. Oh, crap. I might have said that if we had a full team, or a team full of, if every member on our team had, let's see, there we go. Alright, we'll go around hitting from the rear, and that should do it. There we go. And our most useful character right now is not getting any levels up. That's a shame. But yes, just make sure you don't use it just yet. Even for this section, just save it and wait until, well, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. I think I should be able to get it again, and if I don't, I can just use the, I can either punch with Omega just repeatedly, or I can, oh crap, he's got a shield, or a thing on his head. Okay, I can just use the Thunder Shoot repeatedly, or I can just punch with Omega to build the bar back up and use it to defeat the last three that should be coming up here in a moment. Let's see. There we go. I don't know why it didn't do that with that last one. See, I should be able to stun him. No. Well, that sucks. Alright, I'll just... You can see his armor is a lot stronger than the other one, so it's only doing 3 points of damage instead of 6. with these weaker robots. All right, since we don't have the Team Blast yet, go ahead and get it ready. There we go. All right, so should have Team Blast ready for this last section. Just the same as with Team Sonic. I just used the Team Blast. And there we go. And of course I got more flight formation levels up than power formation, but it's okay. As you can see, we have nearly 50,000 points. We have almost 50,000 points, so if I hadn't died, you can kind of tell how many points you would need. Oh crap. How many points you would have needed to gain an A rank. Let's see. They should. Oh, okay. Yeah, this really isn't a time to be messing around with the rainbow rings. If you can do it without dying, you know, go ahead and try. I'll go after that, definitely. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. Alright. Now there will be egg pawns at the very entrances to the very entrances of these. Alright, this cannon with the Team Dark will actually launch, will charge up faster, has a faster charging rate than with Team Sonic. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I guess I could just use Rouge to knock them all out. And this should be it. Yeah, we'll blow the laser up, which will send us over here. And then we can look around really quickly to see if there is the key here. Nope, oh well. Well, I will, since you've done seeing it with Team Sonic and it's just the same, I will just get it off screen. I won't worry with it too much. I would like to show it, but, you know.
This proves my power.
I might actually have been able to just get 60 to 65,000 to been able to get the A rank. I thought it would have been a little bit higher than that, and I thought I would only have gotten a D or to maybe a C with the score that I had. But that tells me that it's probably a little bit higher, or a little bit lower than what I initially thought it was to get the A rank. Alright, so this is just the same with as with Team Sonic. Just dodge the spear attacks. Focus more on your flight and power characters, just like we did with. Oh crap! He's gonna come charging at me. Flight and power characters. Remember to knock out any close cannons that will continuously bother you. Watch out for the rockets, and then just stand and shoot at him as much as you can. And as soon as you get the Team Blast, use it. Definitely. It should. There we go. All right, I guess you have to be on the ground to be able to use it. And this should knock out all of the. This will stop Robotnik, knock out any enemies that he may have. You can still damage him, so you know, even though the counter is not going down, don't worry with it. Now you can actually get him here we can hurry up and not mess around it. There we go. So I should get an A rank, I hope. And that's pretty much it. I mean, just make sure your flight character is definitely leveled up as much as first. Then the power character, and speed really isn't that useful unless you want to just homing attack his weak spot. But then he will sometimes go after the shield and any other robots that are around, so it's just safer to and easier to actually just use the flight formation character. That is actually and now Shadow being a robot, that is actually the original Shadow that was in that base, and that you are playing the original Shadow. That does kind of leave you guessing, but don't worry, that is the actual real Shadow, as we'll see in the next game in the main storyline of the Sonic series. That will tie up any, I guess, loose ends or whatever you call it for this game. But enough about that. For Team Dark is definitely a lot harder, as you've seen. There are a lot more robots. There are different paths that you can take, longer paths. Some of the shorter paths with Team Sonic are completely gone and replaced with either flight formation paths or light speed dash areas and rings that you'd have to go along and use. And just more robots, as I've just said. But it's not as hard as the game makes it seem. It's actually pretty easy team, and it is a fun team to play. It's not that hard. Beginners, I definitely wouldn't say try to immediately start out with Team Dark, but it is a fun team. It's definitely a lot better than Team Roses, which is the easiest team in the game, and definitely a lot more funner than Team Chaotix, which is mission based. But anyway, so for getting the A ranks, just as I've said, just look at how much score you have about halfway into the level. And that will kind of give you some sort of an idea to how much points you need to get an A rank for. Focus a little bit more on time as well. You can't take forever. If you can get any sort of time bonus, that would definitely help. Trying to get 2,000 every time you meet a group of enemies, or at least 1,000 every time you meet a group of enemies, will definitely go a long way to helping you ring score. If you can keep as many rings as possible, that will definitely help trying to get the A rank. Keeping the keys, if you're trying to go after the key rather than the A rank, just take it slow. Use the flight formation more so you don't go flying off the path or any platforms or anything like that. And just take your time with it. Don't worry so much. Don't worry about the time or anything else. Just make sure you don't obviously take any damage or fall off any cliffs or anything like that. For Final Fortress, I would definitely say take it as slow as possible. Use the for those bigger robots, make sure that you use the Chaos Inferno a lot more than what I did, because I was trying to save it for that one area, or for that one group of enemies towards the end of the right before the last sections of rails. For the rails, just make sure you're always using the flight formation. You saw that I was using the other formations while going along the rails. That is a lot more dangerous because sometimes you'll be trying to swap between the rails and you'll go flying off of it. You could be trying to go to the left rail and then you'll just magically go flying off to the right and die, and it'll definitely mess you up. But anyway, thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many lasers were fired at the last in the entire Final Fortress zone. How many lasers were fired? I thank you for watching. Next, I'll be doing Team Rose. Until next time.